What's up, everyone? Tedrick85 here, and welcome to season number 3 of my Leeds United career mode. And I will say that this is going to be my final season, as we're in the Champions League. We are the reigning Premier League champions. Season before, we end up winning both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, and of course, last season, alongside the Premier League, we end up winning the Community Shield. So we pretty much won everything there is to win. And we also won the Europa League last year. And later on in this episode, we'll be playing the Super Cup against Manchester United, as they won the Champions League and we won the Europa League. And my expectations for this team going forward this season is to win absolutely everything. And you will understand why once you see the chances that we've made. But before we do that, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. Youth development, high priority. We have to have one player from Youth Academy play at least 50% of the games. I will show you guys who that is here in just a moment. Brand exposure, we already got one crucial player assigned to the defender position. We do have a new starting center back alongside Skriniar, which I'll show you guys who that is in just a moment. Get 10 wins in the league, which better be obtainable considering that we're aiming to win the Premier League, and so is the board. So that kind of goes hand in hand. And FA Cup, they want us to win the FA Cup, and they do want us to win the Champions League this season. So, and within the same season, sign 3 players and make a profit of 125. And speaking of transfer budget, you'd see we got about $1/3 billion, and we started off with just as much. We started off with 360 million, so, and you see we spent 243.5 million worth of players, which, again, I'll show you guys that here in a moment. Youth Academy, I'm going to show you guys Youth Academy here real quick. I know I showed this at the end of last season, but I'm just going to go ahead and do so again. And I'm just going to go ahead and promote everybody. Because, well, Rojas really doesn't, but everybody else got decent potential. So I'm just going to go ahead, promote to the senior team. And without further ado, we're going to show you guys the chances that we've made here. Plus, I did sign 2 guys off camera at the end of last season. I'll show you guys who I ended up signing for that. But without further ado, first guy that we signed is our new starting center mid. I ended up doing a swap. Actually, it's a transfer. No, it was a swap deal for Ruben Neves. I ended up paying 30 million plus Weston McKennie to secure his services. So Weston McKennie is now a member of Wolves. Neves is now a member of our team. Another transfer we made was Joshua Kimmich. We ended up doing another swap deal for 53 million plus Tyler Adams. So he is our new starting CDM and probably our new captain. And Marquinhos is our new starting center back alongside Skriniar. And this was just a straight transfer, 132 million. They did not want Lucas Martinez Cuarta, who I ended up selling, which I'm going to show you guys transfer history. So we ended up selling Somerville to Arsenal for 56 million. Bucio's on loan. Robo going to Newcastle for just under 15 million. Martinez Cuarta, we ended up selling to Real Madrid for 95 million, which sounds like a lot, but is actually a bargain considering he's 86 rated. Koch ended up going to Dortmund for just under 40 million. And we pretty much got rid of everybody I wanted to except for Daniel James. I'm still waiting for an offer for Daniel James. And I'm going to show you guys the other 2 signings that I made. The other 2 that I made off camera. And one of them here is Ivan Cavallero. I ended up buying him from Fulham for 8 million. I'm going to show you guys his development plan. And the other guy that I signed at the end of last season off camera, I ended up paying 20 million for him from Arsenal. And he is a Jose Perez, former Newcastle and Leicester player. At the time of recording this, is a Villarreal player, though he may have moved on since you guys are watching this. But those are his attributes. And I'm also going to show you guys the attributes of the new boys as well. Starting with Ruben Neves. well-rounded player, although his pace leaves a bit to be desired, so I'm training that. Plus, low attacking work rate I'm not too thrilled about. Joshua Kimmich, one of the world's best. And you can see all his stats are at least in the light green, so very happy about that. And the last player that and by the way, the player that we're using for the Youth Academy objective is Gonzalo Herrero. So I'll be using him, and then I'll be subbing Rodon on when the time comes. And then Marquinhos, I do have the captain's armband on for him for now. Though the board does want me to give it to Joshua Kimmich. I think it's because he's higher rated, so I may end up doing that. But I'll leave the captain's armband for him in this game at least. And those are Marquinhos' stats. Other than shooting, which really doesn't matter for a center back, everything else looks awesome for him. So, and then of course Melier is our new backup goalkeeper. So that's gonna be interesting to see. Another real life Leeds player, at least at the time of recording this, is gonna be involved here. But we are gonna play our starting lineup here against Manchester City here in the Community Shield. We're gonna be playing our second team against Wolves here for the Premier League opener, and then we'll be playing our first team in the Super Cup, and I will be giving Joshua Kimmich the captain's armband for that. And yes, I do know that's not how you pronounce his name, but that just makes it easier for me to pronounce his name that way. But clear skies here at Wembley. We're not going to see the trophy lift, so it doesn't really matter what kits we have on. We'll keep the kits on as they are. You can see Manchester City's team. They're playing a 4-3-3 holding, much like we are, so we're going to get straight into this here. You can see our new starting center mid, Ruben Neves, is our feature player here. And to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't have even bothered. I would have kept Adams and McKennie if it wasn't for the objective that we had to sign 3 crucial players. If it wasn't for that, I would have kept Adams and McKennie, but because of that objective...
After months of speculation, the deal is finally done, and we're just minutes away from seeing his debut. Can he live up to the hype?
Actually, it wasn't months of speculation. It was just pretty much on the fly, if I'm being honest.
Just the sort of weather you would order on a trip to Wembley. Perfect playing conditions in London today. My name is Derek Ray. With me in the commentary position is the Arsenal legend Lee Dixon.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we get a transfer offer for Daniel James. He's really the only player that I want to get rid of that I haven't yet. And I should be getting an offer for him because he is 85 rated. Surely somebody has to be interested in him.
Community Shield, tick that box. I've won that a couple of times.
But yeah, our team is like loaded. Our first team is loaded, our second team is loaded, which I didn't even get to show you guys the first and second teams. You guys got to see the first team, but not the second team. We'll do that here when we get the Wolves game.
And a goal! 1-0, and what a fast start they've made to this game. 1-0 then.
Okay, Isak continuing his play. Hey, if you're gonna just give me the ball.
And it's there for him. And a goal! There he is at the double. They just can't subdue him.
As a Newcastle player, as a Newcastle fan, I should say, I am beyond grateful that he is a Newcastle player. Okay, Neves with his first involvement. Dispossessing the Man City player there. I didn't pay attention to who. Okay, Semato's just going to have to take this because whatever reason, Almada is in an offside position.
And he clears it out of harm's way.
Okay, Firpo. Okay, I think that was offside. Maybe not. As Almada gets and does a stylish finish with that.
And we're underway again. This game very much over as a contest. Room to manoeuvre on the wing. A real opening now. Struggling to get it away. Under pressure here.
Oh. And I just realized Firpo is really the only
Appears to
player
be
that
a
I have
throw
in my
in.
starting 11 left that I inherited from the beginning of the
Well,
season.
that is a mark
Everybody
for
else
any
I've bought.
manager. He's in with a chance. Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump to the result. And they do get a goal back to Raheem Sterling. Looks like a very boring contest otherwise. Nobody made a substitution, which is kind of weird. And I'm sure I'm going to get a notification saying, don't forget to use substitutes. Or maybe that's just for preseason, I don't know. But we're going to switch to a second team. Oh yeah, Barco went into play. Well, he was my starting 11 player anyway, so I'm just going to say great performance because... No, he wasn't really involved when I played with him, but, I mean, he has been a consistently good player. But you can see our backup team not looking too bad. It's looking a little bit more well-rounded. And of course, our starting 11 looks absolutely cooked. In a good way, I mean. But hopefully we get an offer for Daniel James here. And then after this episode, we'll be focusing on the Champions League. We are in the Champions League this season, which will be starting most likely on the 14th of September. Okay, we do get a chance. Okay, Strauch did not. His chance of talks broke down in Belgium. Tomato, which I'm going to block that, and James, I'm going to entertain that. Okay, Tomato is a block. And I'm going to go, if they're not willing to pay 105, forget it. I am going to negotiate this. That is a very low ball offer. I'm not accepting... 100 is about as low as I'll go. For an 85 rated winger that's only 24 years of age, 69.6 million is a joke offer. Looks like they're not going to budge. I'm going to end up having to get in... I am not going lower than 100 million. Not that I need the money, but it's all about principle. Yeah, Herta, you can... That is an embarrassment. You're offering me lower than his current value. That's embarrassing, Herta. Do better. That is absolutely embarrassing. I don't know how you could even approach me with a straight face with that kind of offer. Oops. That is an absolute joke of an offer. Nice to know that the Hertha representatives have no shame. Which is kind of sad because they were my last career mode team here on... Actually, they were my last... Yeah, they were my last career mode team alongside AFC Wimbledon here on FIFA 21. And they're doing me dirty like that. Okay, Gruev has been loaned out, and two players that I am interested in loaning out. Okay, Ogawa's got a pretty good rating. Just 19 years of age, and he's almost already 70 rated. That's pretty good. Okay, let's see. But we are going to see here teams that ended up getting... Which Everton is a newly promoted side. I'm not sure who else. I don't remember offhand. I think maybe Nottingham Forest and Sheffield United. I don't remember who came up and who was here last. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember, but I'll have to look. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, a lot of these clubs here, in at least in terms of FIFA, are yo-yo teams anyway. So, but we are gonna keep the kits on as there are cloudy skies here at Ellen Road. Let's meet in the middle and do partly cloudy. Oh, there's... Never mind. Well, one I was thinking of is Overcast. I'm sorry. And you can see McKennie is starting for Wolves, so Neves isn't starting this game for us, but the McKennie is starting for them. So I'm sure they're going to have a little vignette at the beginning of the game here. I got to remember to bring on Joe Rodon, too.
Well, real excitement here. The signing has been completed, and we're about to see his debut. Will he hit the ground
Oh, they
running?
talk about Tolisso. I thought for sure they'd mention McKennie. But Tolisso is a very good
Hello,
signing
everyone. The weather forecasters
for...
promised us a very pleasant day for
Which,
football, and
I
that's
could be wrong
exactly what
about
we
this. It's
got.
been a while since I watched it, but
Derek Ray, ready to bring
didn't
you commentary.
Masterbuck sign
Joining me is the
Tolisso
former Arsenal
for his
defender, Lee
Wolves crew
Dixon.
mode back in
And there
FIFA
are few
19?
more enjoyable days on the
I
football
could be
calendar
mistaken
than
about
opening
that.
day in the Premier League. It's Leeds United versus Wolverhampton
Let's see if they
Wanderers.
have something
Well,
in there
thank you,
about
Derek. Brilliant
McKennie.
atmosphere here today. All
And you
that
can see the
heart,
golden
sweat
badge
in
on our
pre-season,
sleeves.
all
We
aimed
are
for
the
this
reigning
game.
Premier League
First game of the
champions.
season, all that preparation is for this. It's for this 90 minutes. Focus
And
on
there
it,
is
get
McKennie.
the 3 points, move on to the next one. Looking forward to it.
That actually might be my thumbnail.
And a look at the Leeds United starting 11.
Yeah, I don't...
If you like wingers, you'll love this league.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to watch a winger play, especially with pace and power.
And speaking of wingers, we are seeing the debut of both Perez and Cavallero.
Surely.
Mmm.
Not far away at all with the volley.
Well, to catch it like that, you've got to have really good
Yeah, that was
technique.
a wasted
Oh, so
opportunity by
close.
Prevolyak. Good cross by Perez, though.
Lascelles. Couldn't keep it. It needs it. Well,
Perez.
for him here.
There we go. Not the player I was aiming for. I was actually aiming for Cavallero. But, well, speaking of which, Cavallero is facing his former club, too. He used to play for Wolves. As a matter of fact, I believe he was a player for them in their promotion year, as well as their first year back in the Premier League. Okay.
He's in behind.
Perez, can you get on the score sheet? Yes, you can.
And a goal! The quick one.
Happy to see that.
Turn this game on its head. Well, a second goal for them here.
Leeds United goal!
Oh,
Number 18, Perez.
And they are on the move again. Opportunity it is.
again, why is it picking Prevolyak instead of Cavallero?
Tremendous goal. Technical excellence.
I'm clearly aiming for Cavallero here. He was
Wonderful to have
more
this
open than what Prevolyak was.
This is looking rather comfortable for
Trying to get
him.
Cavallero
3-0.
involved here, but the game just
I
won't
believe
let
there's been
me.
a goal in the Spurs game. Alan McInally can fill us in.
It's a goal for Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, let's see if we can get Cavallero involved.
He picked the ball up just inside.
There we go.
Big chance. Surely. A goal!
Okay, that's the most awkward goal I've ever seen.
On this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Again, good cross. So yeah, I'm already happy with Cavallero and Perez. They feel a lot better than what either James or Somerville did. We're going to put Rodon in there. The former Swansea centre back. They do get a goal back to Ben Yedder. And I said, did they bring in Bukayo Saka? No, I gotta look at this Wolves team. This Wolves team is looking insane. Okay, let's look at team stats here. Yeah, I need to look at this Wolves team. Alright, Costa, Vignetter. Bukayo Saka, yes, they did sign him. Gundogan, Tolisso. Paqueta they brought in, Longstaff, McKennie. Michaelenko. Lascelles, Savage they brought in. That is a good Wolves team. Okay, I need to let you know I've been reading some of the... Not sure what he's drawing about, but... But what I'm going to do is I am going to... Wait a minute, who's the unavailable player? Oh, Rodon got a red card in that game, despite being a substitute. That's interesting. But, yeah, I already have her. Okay. So he'll probably come on at some point in this game if Skriniar or Marquinhos screws up bad enough. And I am going to give the captain's armband to Kimmich. Again, I do realize I'm pronouncing his name wrong. I do apologize about that. It just feels weird when I say it, so that's the only reason why I don't. But we are going to end this episode by playing the Super Cup game. And yes, should we win the trophy, we will get to see it being lifted, so... Okay, see if we get... Nope. I'm hoping we get another offer for James. Unfortunately, I have a feeling if I'm going to get a decent offer, it's going to have to be from one of the big clubs that I'll most likely be competing against in the Champions League, but... I mean, I did sell Somerville to Arsenal, though, so... And I did give Wolves McKennie. So I can't complain too much. But we are going to go ahead. I'm going to attend the press conference, why not?
Okay, welcome everyone. We'll be starting with questions now.
Okay, you're up against Manchester United. What are you expecting from them, and what are you hoping for the boys? Okay, confident we can win. Guess you're happy to celebrate the community shield. Do you think your team's ready to follow with another victory, another trophy? Credit to the boy... Oh, shoot. I was not expecting the morale to go down with that answer. Oops.
Okay, yeah, no.
Sorry. Well, first of all, we're not playing in the rain. That's just not happening. No, no, no. We are not playing in the rain. We are playing in clear skies. Why is it a most important game the game wants us to play in the rain? Okay, we'll put the zebra kits on them. I think those look pretty cool. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Really don't feel like talking about the Manchester United, to be honest with you. Team finished 16th in the Premier League last year, which I never thought I'd live to see them finish that low. They finished only one spot above Tottenham and obviously 2 above the relegation spots. And had they have won the Europa League, they would have been in the Champions League. They were in the exact same boat as
sides last season, winners of the Champions League and Europa League respectively. Now they lock horns.
Yeah, they were the exact same spot as Tottenham. Should they have won the Europa League, they would have been in the Champions League.
Live on EA TV.
Can't really hate Manchester United too much. After all, it was because of them beating Aston Villa at the final game of last season and ended up clinching Champions League football for Newcastle. Because Newcastle ended up choking hard against Everton at home in the final game. And yes, I still am salty about that. Because Newcastle should not have lost that game.
Win the major trophies in Europe, the Europa League and the Champions League. Match off tonight. I'm really looking forward to this one, Derek.
Can already see who the refs are for in this game.
Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes. Now Dendoncker. Rashford.
Oh my god! There we go.
Careless in possession.
Okay, Almada.
And players waiting in the centre.
Ooh! That is interesting, but that kind of almost worked.
Crossed into the penalty area. It looks promising. Chance here.
There we go.
He's gone and found the net. Brilliant piece of finishing. Magnificent goal.
Felt like that goal was much harder to get than what it should have been.
The opening goal of the game then.
But you know what? This team just feels good. It does. This team feels really good. The first team feels good. Second team feels good. Everything about this team feels good.
Neves. He might be able to profit from the wide position.
There we go.
Oh, that is a majestic goal.
And I thought that was Marino going in like that.
Superbly done.
And it is Marino because Neves's attacking work rate is low.
And then just look at the way he opens up his
Ooh.
body here.
Be careful,
Times it
Isak.
perfectly and catches it so sweetly. It's a wonderful strike.
Jesus Corona. Fred.
Oh, come on.
Now Dendoncker. De Vrij.
Oh,
They couldn't maintain possession.
that wasn't what I wanted to have happen.
Needs an accurate cross.
Okay, Neves.
The perfect header.
Better theatrics there, but whatever.
The ball rolling again in what has been an utterly one-sided match.
Interesting, Isak is not one of the goal scorers. But to be fair, he did score in the Community Shield. Oh, give me a break.
Good use of advantage in United's favour.
That's going to be a yellow card.
Arambari. Crisp tackling.
Yeah, that's going to be a yellow card.
Neves. Real chance. Couldn't
Ooh.
grab hold of it.
Okay, we're in
Time
the
for cool heads.
lighter shade of black.
Fernandes. Well, for more on the injury, let's go down to our reporter, Jeff Shreves.
He landed.
And the alarm bells
Oh,
are
no.
It's a superb save. And cleared away over the byline. And
Yeah, Neves did get a yellow there. I might have to sub him off.
well, perhaps he thought he might escape punishment. Not the case. It's a booking. So it's going to be a goal kick here. Well, he's featured on
Oh,
the back pages of quite a few newspapers in recent days, playing against his old club. And I
yep, we did get him from Manchester United.
wonder what's going through his mind, Lee.
Well, Derek, whilst the occasion for him is a nice one, and there'll be lots of smiley faces surrounding you when you meet
that's
old
not a good
friends,
pass.
etc., I can tell you, those smiley
go.
faces, every single one of them...
Brandon
want you to have a
Williams, Federico
nightmare
Chiesa,
fall
Marcos
flat on your face when the
Llorente,
game starts.
Jesse
It could be a tricky
Lingard,
day for him today.
Given away by
Girlfriend
Manchester
Beater,
United.
and Sergio Romero.
Marcus Rashford. De Vrij. Nicely
Okay,
cut
nice.
out.
Yeah, we're holding our own defensively, except for that
Moving
one
forward
little bit.
Using his physical strength to shield it.
Not good
Routine
enough,
stop
guys.
For De Gea to make. And you've got to keep the ball a bit better than that. And that's an important intervention.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I might sub off one of my center backs. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna put Herrero in there for Skriniar, and I have to put the Bellegarde in for Neves. I don't want him to get a double yellow. And then we'll see. Oh, Fred did get injured though.
The second half
He's
of
not
this
subbed
UEFA
off.
Super Cup tussle is underway here.
Oh, that's not a good. That's not a good pass.
Jean-Victor Bellegarde.
But Bellegarde is a hell of a good player. Okay.
And he read
Oh,
it well.
Bellegarde, why did you make that back pass? You had a good look on goal.
Ezequiel Barco. Excellent passing. Mikel Merino. Jean-Victor Bellegarde. Keeping the ball moving. And it's with Isak. Routine stop for De Gea to make. De Vrij. They've regained possession.
Not liking that pass by Isak.
De Vrij.
Let me see something for a second. Can he play as a striker? No, he can't. Do I want... Both my wingers are actually doing pretty good. I'll put Prebolyak in there. If he ever gets a chance to come back on the pitch.
Bruno Fernandes. Well, it's come down to the final 20 minutes here.
Oh, why is that right-hand side so open? And why did Manchester United not take advantage of that?
Good-looking ball. Making excellent progress with the ball at his feet. Is it going to be?
No, because we're gun shy.
Bruno Fernandes.
Okay, what? Okay, there we go. Nice.
Simple, really. And very
neither team really doing much in this sim at all. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, looks like he's gonna make a good pass here. Looks like I'm jumping at a good moment.
Fred. And he saw the situation developing.
One of the lower scoring games I've been involved with here, but neither team doing anything. They really were punch for punch, punch for punch.
Here's Marquinhos.
Equals. And if it wasn't for me scoring those 3 goals myself, this would be a 0-0 draw and probably going to penalties, or at least extra time.
And we will have just 1 additional minute.
But yeah, really dull game, and Prebolyak did not get a chance to come on the pitch, unfortunately.
A story of one side celebrating and the other distraught. And Lee, memories are being made.
Hearing boos.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter how much money you've got in the bank. Players will always look back at moments like these. These moments where you pick trophies up, you win medals. Absolutely brilliant for this group of players.
Yeah, you can see what it means to this tight-knit team.
Our second piece of silverware this episode. Much more silverware to be had in this season, hopefully. Like I said, I do plan on winning the lot, the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and most importantly, the Champions League, as we lift the Super Cup. So 2 trophies down, 4 to go. Looking to achieve a historic sextuple here with this team. But like I said before, next time I see you guys, we are going to be playing in the Champions League. I have no idea who we're going to be facing yet, but
I think I've heard it before, Lee. Straight in the front.
Hopefully we'll get a decent draw. Hopefully we don't get, like... I swear if we get either Atletico Madrid or Roma, those are like 2 teams that I get all the time in the Champions League. Porto, Chelsea, and PSG are honorable mentions, but it just seems like it's always either Atletico Madrid or Roma. Always. You see, De Gea made 4 saves. He is the highest rated player on Manchester United. Highest rated player for us was Almada at a 9.5. Kind of have to agree with that. He was pretty much everywhere when I played with him. Barco getting a couple of assists. Almada with a goal and an assist. Barco further justifying my decision to go with him instead of James. I just like how... I know I said how this entire team, both the starting 11 and the backup 11 feel, but that front line of Barco, Isak, and Almada feel really good to play with.
A couple of questions for you.
Manchester United look difficult opponents to be facing, but the 3-goal margin tells its own story. Say we've grown as a team. You did all the hard work before halftime and the game was won at the break. Do you think your boys eased off in the second half? 9-10s all on the pitch. Everybody did what they needed to do. Almada is continuing his hot run of form. And he does deserve all the credit. He does.
That'll be all. Thank you so much.
FIFA's man of the match, my man of the match. I can't argue with that. Okay, we get $5 million for that, and load on back from the suspension, which really doesn't matter. but we didn't get any offers in. I will show you guys at the beginning of the next episode what transfer history we've done. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of Daniel James. But like I said, probably the 14th will be the first Champions League game against whoever. I have no idea who we're playing in the Champions League yet. So, but hopefully you guys looking forward to what this third and final season has in store. I'm excited to see how far I can go with this Leeds team. Like I said, I do plan on going for a historic sextuple here, so hopefully you guys looking forward to that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far, and I'll be seeing you guys again next time.